So you've got this little spot here. It's got like some lasers, so I'm not like walking in front of it, but there's a sign right there if you see it. And then it's got a there. Here, I'll walk over. There, right there. It's chain. Very interesting. Now look at this though. So it's like cobblestone, right? The illusion of old brick right here. Right, then it says Battery Row right there. Right, you got this beautiful canary killer palm right there. I think it's called a Queen Island palm, Queen Island date palm, I think. But it's called a canary killer because it's got these. Here, I'll show you. But it's got these. Don't you stick me. It's got these things. You see those things? Those things are crucial. And they also carry bacteria on the ends, so you definitely don't want to get stuck by one of those things. And then on the opposite side of it, a date palm. Look at that. With fruit, with dates. Want to eat one? Let's try one. Let's see if it's good. Real sweet. There's obviously some bigger game in here, like some foxes. I actually slept in the parking lot over here the other night. It's really weird because it's like a state park and there's like no one here. No one like rides into the parking lot ever. But it was weird because I drove right by it the first time, but I saw the sign. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna turn around. That's probably what happens to a lot of people because they don't see it. But this is welcome to, here we go. Welcome to Tibby Island. All right. Take a look at some of this. I'm trying to get my angles right. So I was surfing. I surfed here today. And I surfed here. So I've surfed in between here, but it's real scary. There's like some jetty rocks that go along here, and I'm not familiar with this area. Everyone told me that maybe the lighthouse would be the best, but it's kind of real unique, so I'm kind of holding off on that. But this is the Tibby Island unit of Fort Pulaski National Monument. All right, here, take a look at the map. Gosh, I wish I could see that better. There's the map. And let's see what else it says. It says a turning point in history. It says the island became the platform on which the Union Army mounted 36 pieces of heavy artillery in early 1862. The bombardment that began on April 10th led to the surrender of Fort Pulaski 30 hours later. The placement of these batteries can be found on the map above. So, let's see. Can y'all see that? This is Battery Toten, Battery McClellan, Battery Sigel, Battery Scott, Battery Halleck, Battery Sherman, Battery Burnside, Battery Lincoln, Battery Lyon, Battery Grant, and Battery Stanton. So that means they were throwing that. Map showing positions of batteries used by U.S. forces in the reduction of Fort Pulaski, April 10th and 11th, 1862, a turning point in history. All right, we got a quote here by Brigadier General Quincy Adam Gilmore, commanding Union forces on Tybee Island. Let's see, I'm gonna try to channel him. Let's see. No eye except an eyewitness can form any but a faint conception of the Herculean labor by which mortars of 8 1/2 tons in Columbiads were moved in the dead of night over a narrow causeway, bordered by swamps on either side and liable at any moment to be overturned and buried in mud beyond reach. 250 men were barely sufficient to move a single piece on sling carts. They were not allowed to speak above a whisper and were guided by the notes of a whistle. That sucked. That was horrible, Jeremy. You're better than that. Let's do it one more time. No eye? No. No eye except an eyewitness can form any but a faint conception of the Herculean labor by which mortars of 8 1/2 tons in Columbiads were moved in the dead of night over a narrow causeway, bordered by swamps on either side and liable at any moment to be overturned and buried in mud beyond reach. 250 men were barely sufficient to move a single piece on sling carts. They were not allowed to speak above a whisper and were guided by the notes of a whistle. That was horrible. All right, I'm having fun though. All right, let's see what else we can find.